Arsenal are going to Wembley. How's it going, folks? Yeah, so Arsenal in the final of the Carabao Cup. It's our first final in 6 years. Here we fucking go. Yeah, it's not a beer. Don't worry, it's a Pepsi. So not that irresponsible when I'm recording. Don't worry. But yeah. I know it's only the Carabao Cup. I know we're hoping for bigger and better pastures. But as I say, it's our first final in 6 years, and I honestly buzzing to be there. Buzzing to be the London rival like Chelsea. Like I don't care if it's the Carabao Cup. I don't care if it's the league. I don't care if it's a pre-season friendly. There's certain teams I do not like losing to. Chelsea is very much one of them. I don't like losing to anybody, obviously, even if it is just friendlies. I like seeing us doing well. But obviously some losses you get over quicker than others. But I am happy they dumped Chelsea out and batter on to the final. Absolutely. Um. Plus there's still this whole narrative. Oh yeah, Mikel Arteta won his only trophy up until now, the FA Cup in 2020 with Unai Emery's team. Like that's ever fucking mattered? I don't hear anybody talking about Arne Slot winning the Premier League last year with quite literally Jurgen Klopp's team, no signings. And then you look a year on when he tries to build his own team. What the fuck he's done with that? I don't know what he's doing. He's getting a wee bit found out, whereas Arteta has actually kicked on from the team that he won his only trophy with. Just saying. Fucking hell. You could say the same about. I had another example. The other example has left me. Yes, I've got it. When Thomas Tuchel won the Champions League, with ironically Kai Havertz scoring for Chelsea that day, um, he won the Champions League with Frank Lampard's side. You could argue, oh, he's just a better manager, or this or that. Still won it with someone else's team. End of. Um, so I don't get. I've never got the argument of Arteta winning it with Unai Emery's side. Anyway, I'm rambling on a bit. But yeah, anyway, it's our first final since 2020, and I think it's a good point to lay a marker down for the season, get that first bit of silverware over the line. And I'm gonna sound like a right Drew McIntyre here. But yeah, the only other trophy that Arteta has won, there was no fans in the stadium. They had to just celebrate again. Remember, it was during the middle of a global pandemic. It had just kicked off. Football had stopped for ages. It had come back. The FA Cup final wasn't played till August. And yeah, we won it, and it was excellent. But there was not a single fan in the stadium. And yeah, I think it'll be good to have just a sea of Arsenal fans packing out Wembley and fucking cheering on the team, and hopefully watching this get over the line. Now, I've heard a lot of narrative already as well about last night about fucking Arsenal over celebrating again. Apparently, it's ridiculous they celebrate winning football matches now. I've never understood that in my life. At the end of the day, they've made it to a final. They've made it to a final, and they've put out a big rival to get there. I don't see what the issue is. This team is hungry for trophies, and so am I. Like, I'm not saying the Carabao Cup's the be all and end all, but fucking if you're in it, you're in it to win it, in my opinion. And plus, you see the likes of Fafana for Chelsea crying his eyes out after they were put out yesterday. Now, I don't. I think that maybe is a bit dramatic for the Carabao Cup. I still think there's levels, but it just shows you the players are obviously taking it seriously. And you can tell with Arteta's team selection and other managers as well that they're taking it very seriously also. Um, but yeah, also the narrative is fucking. Not only did we over celebrate yesterday, we were very boring again to watch. Gary Neville in commentary saying, "Oh, Arsenal aren't that great. They haven't been that great tonight." Like did we have to be? Like, did we even have to get out of second gear? Like the onus wasn't on Arsenal to turn that tie around. We were already winning. We had basically. I'm gonna say it. You know what? We put the tie to bed at Stamford Bridge when we beat Chelsea 3-2. In my opinion, Chelsea had to get a result at home. Um, and yeah, I think although they reduced it from 3-1 to 3-2, I think the Garnacho goals covered a lot of cracks in that team. I think Arsenal throughout over the two legs were very comfortable. Um, and yeah, like the onus isn't on us then to play entertaining football at the Emirates. Would it be nice? Absolutely, but not every game's going to be a 3-4-5 no. It's not Arteta's job to entertain the neutral in a game of football. It's his job to ensure that him and the players get into a final. And he'd done that. Like defensively, we are a very sound team. Defensively, we're very hard to break down. And they proved that they were stubborn. They just kind of kept Chelsea's at arm's length. It's like if like you ever like if a Wayne's trying to fight you, you just put your hand out and they're there like this, like fucking swinging at you and you kind of getting that. That's basically what Arsenal was doing last night at the Emirates. And the irony is, they went up the other end and scored in the 97th minute. And not only did Chelsea fail to score, we actually ended up winning the game 1-0 anyway. So I have no complaints whatsoever. Winning home and away very convincingly. And it just had to be Kai Havertz, didn't it? It just had to be Kai Havertz getting the winner. I thought he's like my I don't know, he's like my guilty pleasure. Like I really love you, Arsenal player. Like from the day I walked in, well, obviously he had a shaky start, but I always wanted to back him. I was like, right, Real Madrid for him for you, and for you, Bayern Munich were in for you. You must have something about you, even though it didn't work out at Chelsea. Show us what had these big teams in for you. And do you know what? Like obviously he's no Haaland, right? And obviously he was brought in a midfielder, but since he's gone up to striker, um, I can't really fault him. Like, there's an argument to say like he's probably our best striker in that team at that minute. Like I don't think Gyökeres has the composure to do what Havertz done yesterday. But yeah, I just find it so funny. Chelsea win the Champions League. Havertz scores the winning goal in the Champions League. He should be almost just like a legend for that alone. And Chelsea fans hate him, by the way. They fucking despise this man. Um, and they laughed and they mocked Arsenal, thinking they got a steal when Arsenal signed them. And yeah, we all know the fucking 60 million down the drain. Fucking Kai Havertz scores again, and he loves a goal against Chelsea as well. That's a couple of times now. But see, he takes it round the keeper, pops it in, sends us to Wembley, and goes and points at the badge, points at the Arsenal badge, showing his allegiances. Yeah, fuck you, blue bastards. I'm a red. Oh, it was. It was fucking cinema. It was. There was nothing boring about that match last night at all. I thought that was a beautiful climax. They fucking pretty boring game in fairness, but yeah, I'll concede. But I could not care less. But yeah, the other semi-finals tonight. Man City currently going at the Etihad with a 2-0 lead. Going to the Etihad. You know what I mean? They play at the Etihad, but they're taking a 2-0 lead to the Etihad against Newcastle. Um, so I'll just watch that now. Just the pressure off. We're already there. We're waiting on them. In terms of like who I would rather play, there's an argument. Let's say Newcastle first off, right? They're the holders. It was a big deal when they won it last year. The first trophy in 70 years or something, wasn't it? And yeah, they're the holders. They're going to be hungry. Don't let it get twisted. They'll be hungry to try and get a result tonight as well and make it to the final again. Um, we've had terrible history with Newcastle in recent years. You think when we battled top four at St James's Park, it's documented poetically beautifully in the fucking Amazon documentary. It's heartbreaking. Um, you think the fucking that goal a couple of seasons when we lost out in the league. Um, and we were at St James's Park and there was that goal, well, whether it was a foul, did it cross the line, was it out of play? Was Gabriel fouled? And it was just a whole big fucking thing. And that was the same match where fucking Bruno Guimaraes was basically just fucking clotheslining cunts and choking out. He nearly knocked Jorginho out. No red card for him. Um, well, saying he didn't have a fucking Arsenal top on. Sorry, no, I'm not getting into conspiracies. I'm joking, but yeah. Um, I would like to get a bit of revenge in Newcastle. I would fancy this against Newcastle, the team that we are now. But it would be a tough game for sure. I'd like whether it's them or Man City. I know Man City are having a bit of a dip, but I still think they'd be a tough game either way. Still, it's a final. It's a one-off. Anything could happen. But yeah, let's move on to the other possibility that it is Manchester City. Would I prefer to play Manchester City, the team that has put us out of countless cups in recent years, that has tipped us to the league countless years, caused me a lot of fucking undeniable pain. Um, the team that beat us the last time we had reached the Carabao Cup final, by the way, in 2018, Unai Emery's team. Um, I've got the starting lineup we had that day here, right? So we went into the final, 2018 against Manchester City. It's fucking insane. Our starting lineup was David Ospina, Nacho Monreal, Callum Chambers, Skodran Mustafi, Lauren Koscielny, Hector Bellerin. That's your back five for a start. That shows you where we were at the time. Jack Wilshere in the midfield, along with Granit Xhaka. You had Mesut Ozil and Aaron Ramsey out the wings, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang up front. Not bad players at all, but what the fuck is that system? What? And then you look at the bench. You've got Petr Cech, Per Mertesacker, Sead Kolasinac, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Mohamed El Neni, Alex Iwobi, Danny Welbeck. Like, sorry, like, can we just take a moment to appreciate, like, people talk about how strong, like, the depth in our squad is now. Uh, This isn't the 2018, 8 years ago. Shit was bad, man. Shit was dark. Um, yeah. So obviously Arteta came in after, like, it was no wonder we got spanked 3-0 in that game. By the way, Arteta came in the following year, the end of the following year, and he had a lot of that dead wood to clear out. And yeah, hopefully, he was paying dividends now. He was lucky to win a trophy in his first season. Everybody talks about it, but it's been a long wait to get to another final after that. So fingers crossed. But yeah, as I say, on that day we were spanked 3-0. And that was 2018. That was the Centurion season for Man City, arguably the greatest Premier League team of all time. It was the first piece of silverware that Man City had won in the era of Pep Guardiola. Obviously we know now they would go on to win 4 Premier Leagues in a row. They would go on to win the treble, but this was the first trophy that Pep Guardiola won with Man City. Obviously, he would go on to win, obviously, league title over 100 points that season as well. But this was the first, symbolic that it was against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. Would I rather play Man City now? Almost as a chance to show the shift in power, to show the pendulum swing, almost that full circle moment where here, fucking look, I'm the captain now, kind of thing. I'll be honest, you can probably guess by the amount of guess. Sorry for the voice fucking break there. You can probably guess by the amount of detail I went into that in comparison to Newcastle that I would rather play Man City. Um, and I'm glad they've almost got 1 foot in the final, but it's still not over. But yeah, I just think they lay a marker down. Just fucking put a bit of doubt into their minds. Like, bear in mind, they are our closest challengers to the league at the moment. If we can get one over in them in this cup final, it's going to put even more doubt in their heads, and it's going to put even more belief in Arsenal and the Arsenal team as well. That here we can beat these bastards. Like, they're not going to catch us. Like we're miles bit. Like that's just what I'm thinking anyway. But yeah, as I say, you heard the shit show of a team that I just read out a minute ago. This was our starting 11 last night. Starting. Uh, so in that you had Kepa Arrizabalaga. I can never say his name. Kepa Arrizabalaga. Urian Timber, William Saliba, Gabriel Nkapi, Declan Rice, Martin Zubimendi, Ebery Chiese, Medweke, Martinelli, and Victor Gyökeres up top. And then obviously on the bench, David Raya, Christian Mascara, Ben White, Gabriel Jesus, Christian Norgard, Leandro Trossard, Kai Havertz, who would obviously come on and fucking get that winner, Ricardo Calafiori, and Lewis Skelly. Like, you compare that to the team I mentioned a minute ago, it is night and day. Night and day. That is there'll be no five at the backs at Wembley this time on the 22nd of March. Go there and fucking put these bastards to the sword. We're not mugs anymore. This is not a bunch of mugs like they were in 2018, just fucking vibing to be there. Go and lay a fucking marker down. Go to Wembley with the intention to win. And you know what? It's the Carabao Cup final. Fucking treat it like a Champions League final. Just go in there, one off, get that trophy out of the road, and then have a breath, reset, and lock in for the rest of the season. Get the Premier League over the line. Now, I'm not asking for quadruples. Everybody's talking about all this fucking quadruple chat. Honestly, from this point, I've got a lot of PTSD from these title races in the past couple of years. If you offer me the Premier League now and only the Premier League, I'm biting your hand off for it. But now that we're in the final of this, I want to win it. And I think winning it is only going to do them the world of good of getting the Premier League title over the line as well. But yeah, as it stands, we are doing excellent every competition. Through in a favourable draw against Wigan in the FA Cup through to the final of the Carabao Cup, just top the Champions League phase, and we're currently at top of the Premier League. Things are looking good, but we need to start delivering silverware this season. And if it is more than one, let's do it, and it starts here. But yeah, I'm going to watch the second leg between Man City and Newcastle now. Um, as I say, if Newcastle end up going through, I don't care. Like, we'll be there. You can only beat what's in front of us, and whoever comes out, I'll be actively just praying for their downfall when they come to Wembley to play against Arsenal. But I'm gonna watch it now, stress free. Gonna not gonna have a beer. I'm gonna finish the rest of my Pepsi, pick my feet up, and just enjoy it, and just be like, right. Hopefully, just watch it the whole time, thinking we can beat these bastards. But yeah, it starts now. Thank you for watching, folks. You know the crack. If you liked what you heard me talk about today, or if it fried your head, but you just like me and my beautiful bubbly personality, subscribe. You know the crack. Like the video. Fucking turn your rebell on, your rebell end, so you always know when I upload again. Alright. But yeah, fucking get in there. We're in the fucking final, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.